Hey guys, oh, I'm gonna look over here. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Music Talk with John. Today I'm just showing you some recent grabs. I'm back in the music room. I know some of you were concerned that I might be homeless because I shot my last video from the back seat of my van, but I like to get out every once in a while and do something. Everybody's like, no, we like the background and all that, but I'm like, you know, get out every once in a while, different location, whatever. That's why on my other channel I do all that walking around in different places. So anyway, I have some stuff I needed to shoot this video because I need to get it put away. And so I'm like, let me go ahead and do the video and show you guys what I got. I was gonna do 2 videos, but I'm like, I'll just show you everything. That way I can get everything put away. Anyway, first one here is Sorcerer. This is music on vinyl. It's Miles Davis. I think it was like 60 something that this came out. Just listen to it. It sounds really good. What I found interesting about it was, like, you know, jazz records usually give you the whole cast of characters, cast of players or whatever, but this didn't tell me one person on here except for Miles. So I did some research. I mean, right here on the sticker they put it. I just noticed that they actually put on the sticker, but there's nowhere on here. And nothing on the inside. It's just a plain white sleeve for the album, and there's no insert or anything. But it does have Herbie Hancock, who played with him for quite a while, Tony Williams, Ron Carter, and Wayne Shorter. So I liked it. It was a very cool, to get him getting away from the hard bop, I think, getting into different areas a little bit, but not quite into that fusion state. So it sounded good. And I believe this is Cicely Tyson on the front. Nice picture of her. And there's the spoken word on here by that Bob Duro. Sounds like a country bumpkin guy just talking. I wasn't expecting that at the end, especially with like a name called Sorcerer or title of Sorcerer. But it was still good. I enjoyed it. And it didn't ruin it or anything. It just took me a second to kind of go, what's up with this voice here in the like a spoken word thing. And I think it's right at the very end of the record. Anyway, I like that one and it sounds good. So if you see that and you're interested in Miles, for me as a newbie in jazz, I like it, so I don't know if that helps you or not. Next one is my growing Hank Mobley collection. I had to pick up another one. Killer picture with the car and the lady up here doing her thing. This sounds good. It's a Caddy for Daddy. And this is the Tone Poet series, mastered by Kevin Gray, of course, and originally recorded by Rudy Van Gelder. Those 2 names years apart but go together, right? And this has Caddy for Daddy, The Morning After, Venus de Mildew, Ace Deuce Trey, and Third Time Around. And this just shows you other albums of his, but this one sounded really good. It has a gatefold. Show you that real quick. I like these, and they're really nice thick jackets, so I'm digging it. And those are cool pictures right there. I don't know if it came with anything. Oh, I was going to show you something on the Sorcerer too. I almost forgot that I really wanted to show you. That was really neat. But yeah, if you see this Hank Mobley, you pick it up. If you're a newbie to jazz or whatever, like good jazz, that's a good album. But this was cool. This is the only thing I don't like about music on vinyl is this feel right here. They put that plastic on there. And this one's numbered too. 461. I forgot what the count was, how high they went with it. So what I thought was cool about this was the vinyl itself. I don't know what they called it. Limited edition, 2,500 copies, translucent green. Very cool. I like this. It's a very neat looking album. I don't know why this just struck me, but I thought it was really cool. And they did a good job. It's a paper sleeve, but it's poly lined inside, so it goes in there nice and smooth. Don't have to worry about your record sticking to anything. There I am, hiding from you guys. So yeah, those 2 are winners. Actually, all these albums I'm going to show you, I believe everything in here sounded good. I've had a chance to actually listen to everything before I did the video, and they all sound good. No pops, nothing. If I come across one that I remember differently, I'll let you know. But so far, all these are really good. Oh, and this has Lee Morgan, Curtis Fuller, McCoy Tyner, Bob Cranshaw, and Billy Higgins. Then I picked up another Lee Morgan. Starting to dig Lee Morgan. This is Infinity. I think this was something like that was recorded in the 60s, came out in the 80s, something like this. Something like that. Has Jackie McLean, Larry Willis, Reggie Workman, and Billy Higgins. He's there. And this is what I'm talking about right here. You know, well, if you guys know jazz, you know what I'm talking about, where it has the performers on there. Always does it. Then you have like the songs, and then you have like a story. So, you know, background on the songs and whatever. So nice thick jacket, of course. Cool inside pictures. Yeah, so that's another Blue Note, part of the Tone Poet series. And I would say this was like the hard bop category, so I really like it. And I realize I'm more of a trumpet guy. I like sax, but trumpet's like my main instrument in jazz, so I'm noticing. This one was really cool. And I guess this guy was like a producer, arranger, all these different things, but he also did albums, and it was Duke Pearson. I just like the picture. I don't know, something about his face, just so calming, so chilled. I don't know. It wasn't the original album cover, I don't think, because they have this right down here. I think that was the original. But this is a nice sounding album. It has a lot of players. So you have Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Garnett Brown on trombone, James Spaulding alto sax, Jerry Dodgian, if I pronounced that correctly, alto sax and flute, Stanley Turrentine on tenor sax, Duke Pearson on piano, Gene Taylor bass, and Grady Tate on drums. So just a nice album. Songs like, if you guys, I don't know if you guys are familiar, I'm not. Heard these for the first time, but I enjoyed them. There were two on here. I meant to make a note that really stuck out, and the Lee Morgan too. I gotta do better notes for you guys next time, but two that really just like, ooh, you know how like you hear a song and sounds great, you know, or it catches you. So there were a couple on here, which was nice. So this has Chili Peppers, Make It Good, My Love Waits, Los Malos Hombres, Scrap Iron, and Rotary. So just good job. I like it when they make these gatefolds like this, nice thick cover. I don't know if this is what you call the tip-on jacket or not. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out, kind of understand what tip-on is, but I keep hearing the phrase lately. Seems like something I should know. Another one was cool. I picked this up a little while ago, not too long ago, but you know, the one everybody talks about, and I gave it a listen, and I was like, man, I actually want that, and I got a copy, and it's good. It has a couple little pops in it. I gave it cleaning. It probably needs a couple more cleanings, but the vinyl's in good shape. I think there's just some dirt down in there, and you know, it's Buckingham Nicks, and you can tell by the sound of this album, you're going right into that first not Pink Floyd. Why do I always do that with Fleetwood Mac? I want to say Pink Floyd. What is that? Not even close as far as music. But this gives you that sound going into that first Fleetwood Mac album where these two joined, Christine McVie, John McVie, Mick Fleetwood, the whole thing. So really good sounding album. I think Stevie Nicks wrote a majority of the songs on here. It's a gatefold. It has the lyrics on there. And I was able to get it for a decent price, you know, pretty low, and I was happy with it. You know, it's not the most perfect condition album, but I've seen definitely worse. So I was happy to get it and play it, and I'm going to give it a couple more cleanings and hoping I get it cleaned up a little bit more. And this, it doesn't have a barcode, so I'm not sure how old the album is. Did they ever reissue that one? I'm curious. Next one I picked up, this was just a fluke because Target had a sale. I wasn't going to get it because originally this album was $40, $40 or $45, and Target had it knocked down to like 12. So how do you justify not buying it? It's Clapton. It's him chilled out. You know, he's an old man, so he's chilling out, but I like what he's doing. What is this on? Clear? It's on clear vinyl, so nothing really to show you there, but it's limited edition 2 LP set clear vinyl. It's The Lady in the Balcony, Lockdown Sessions, and he does a pretty good job of changing songs up from how they originally were, even when he did them before. Like, you know how he did Layla in the 90s with Unplugged, and he made it acoustic, and he kind of changed it around here again. So it has Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out, Golden Ring. That was on a more recent album within the past 10 years, I think. Golden Ring, I think. He does Black Magic Woman, the Santana song, and does a good job. It's just mellowed out, but it's a good sounding album, and there's only 4 guys here playing. You have Eric Clapton, guitar and vocals, Chris Stainton on keyboard, Nathan East, who's been with him forever, on bass and vocals, and Steve Gadd on drums. And it's produced by Russ Titleman. He just got my mojo working. Bad Boy, which I think is from his first album. Does Tears in Heaven, does a little bit different version of that. So just good album. Like I said, I picked it up because it's $45. It was like, do I need another live Clapton album? But when it dropped down to 12 bucks, I was like, yeah, I need another live Clapton album. And I'm glad I did, because I put it on and I enjoy it. There's really, nothing anything Clapton that I don't enjoy. Pilgrim is probably the hardest one for me to get into, because of the way it was recorded, and then that eventually grew on me too. So anyway, here's another one, just a pop singer, Natalie Brug. I always liked this album when it came out. Left of the Middle, it was on real cheap, so I picked it up. I don't think it was on anything fancy, but she had a big hit with the song Torn, and I don't know, but she does a pretty good job. What I like is there's different styles of production in here. There's probably like 6 or 7 producers on here, but she wasn't afraid to experiment with sound and different things. And I really like that each song kind of stuck out. It wasn't just a pop album, so it might not be for everybody, but this is one that I definitely enjoy. When I saw it for a good price, I went ahead and picked it up. Next one, really like this. Still trying to get familiar with the songs. John Mellencamp's latest one, Orpheus Descending, has the song Hey God and the Eyes of Portland. I really like the Eyes of Portland. And it made me think, we don't think enough as a society. Like, he's talking about these people on the streets, and whether they have drug addictions or whatever their issue is. What got them there? What circumstances in their life did they come across that led them to that point of almost, you got to think, some of these people, maybe they just gave up and just, despair, and it was too much, and they just saw no other way just to kind of give up and just hit the streets. It's not the same circumstance for every people, but I see so many people thumbing their noses, and I see a lot of videos on YouTube making fun of these people on the street. But these are humans, man. They deserve to still be respected as far as human life. And that song really kind of woke that up in me. And I thought it was a really good job by him to kind of make a song about that. He has a gruffy voice like on Strictly One-Eyed Jack. I think it's a little clearer on this album. And I was trying to think. I think those are the 2 main ones. But every song is great. And I realized there were probably like 3 or 4 songs on this that he actually performed when I saw him back in February. And I didn't recognize the songs, but they were coming up on this album. So I don't know if he was trying them out. But I think Eyes of Portland he did live. I want to say he did. So anyway, very cool album. So if you see it, I would pick it up if you're a Mellencamp fan. I'm really liking his later career. What he's doing here, it just feels more rugged and rough around the edges, and I love the production. He produced Strictly One-Eyed Jack, and he produced this one too. So I like what he's doing in the production standpoint. This one, so I'm slowly building up my Tears for Fears collection, a band that I kind of neglected for a long time, but has grown on me big time. So I picked this one up. I think this is their first album. Has a Mad World in it, but just a great sounding album. I mean, I don't know why I didn't get into it when I was younger, but I'm really digging them now. To me, every Tears for Fears song or album just is filled with good songs. I haven't found one bad or boring song on a Tears for Fears album, so I'm kind of glad I'm building this. And this is an Abbey Road Studios half-speed mastering, and it sounds really good. So I'm happy to add that to my collection. 2 more for you, and I'm out of here. The Best of Warren, Zevon, on Rhino Records. Album sounds excellent. Was it on it was on a translucent grape vinyl. So I'll show that to you. It's kind of a cool looking album also. Let's see, polylined. Yeah, kind of a neat looking album. I don't know why they went with the grape. Maybe his glasses or something in there. He's got like purple or grape looking glasses or something on there. But I'm still getting into Warren Zevon, but it's happening. He has a different style of singing, and the songs just take a minute for me to get into, but once I really do, I start digging them. But Werewolves of London, Roland, the Headless Thompson Gunner, great song. They didn't have Excitable Boy on this, which I really thought would be great. I need to get that album. Probably be building my Warren Zevon collection. The Envoy, I'll Sleep When I'm Dead. Accidentally Like a Martyr. Just really good lyrics. Twisted lyrics in some cases. Just very well thought out lyrics. I'm really digging him as a songwriter and a lyricist. And then the last one I have for you is just, yeah, it's an album I had when I was a kid growing up, and it's just reminiscent. It's not exactly one I play all the time, but it's Amy Grant, believe it or not. Yeah, this was Unguarded. This is her turn in the 80s when she, you know, went from that Christian type of singing, music into more mainstream. And I remember at my church growing up, that was a big problem. We were getting ready to go see her in concert, and the church was going to have a field trip, and then they caught wind that, you know, she was going secular. Although, you know, she talks about God in here and all that, and I don't have any, at this point in my life, true religious affiliation with anything. But this was not an album that was going to influence somebody to go worship the devil or something, or do bad things in their life. She just never even was that kind of artist in her life. You know, even in her biggest hit there, Find a Way was a big hit on the radio, and she mentions God in that. So, but they had a problem with her kind of taking that change. So I remember all that. But I did go see her with my mom, actually. It was one of my first concerts, believe it or not, was Amy Grant. And, you know, good looking girl. Yeah, and she had a good voice, has a good voice still. So yeah, it's an album I might put on here and there, just because it's reminiscent of, you know, for me being, you know, a teenager. But what was cool, I think there was on album, there was 4 different covers. They had this with her doing 4 different poses. And I think this might have been one of them too, or something like that. And when they put it on CD, I don't know, it was one or the other. I think it was album. They had 4 and tape, and then they changed it to CD and went with a main kind of look. But anyway, that's what I have for you guys today. If you have any of those albums, let me know what you think about them. If you have any suggestions for jazz or whatever. I'm trying to, you know, still build my jazz collection. I'm looking at it right now, and I really need to kind of get more familiar with it. But that's what I have for you guys. So appreciate you watching, and leave your comments below. And until next time, I hope you guys are enjoying your music, and you take care out there, all right? Bye.